Chapter 1. Welcome to Stonecrest Penitentiary. The documentary opens with the haunting cacophony of prison life, a distant clang of heavy metal doors, the echo of guards' boots on cold concrete, and the murmured conversations of inmates reverberating in the air. Welcome to Stonecrest Penitentiary, a maximum security facility renowned for its harsh conditions and stringent security protocols. Initially built to contain the most challenging offenders, its stark walls and barbed wire create a fortress of isolation, shielding the world outside from the stories held within. Yet beneath this intimidating exterior lies a complex tapestry of human experiences. Here, amidst the concrete and iron, friendships blossom, resilience thrives, and hope flickers in the darkness. As the camera pans through the prison yard and into cramped cells, listeners are introduced to a world where lives intersect, and the quest for redemption unfolds amidst a backdrop of confinement. Welcome to a journey where echoes of the past shape futures filled with possibility. Chapter 2. Meet the Inmates. In the dimly lit corridors of Stonecrest Penitentiary, we meet three distinct voices that bring to life the complex tapestry of incarceration. Marcus, once an aspiring artist, reveals his transformation through crime, using his talent to cope with the overwhelming weight of regret. He speaks of life before the prison walls, where creativity breathed life into his dreams, a stark contrast to his current reality. Next, we hear from Sophia, a single mother serving time for a crime born of desperation. With unwavering hope in her voice, she shares her longing to reunite with her child, painting a picture of resilience amidst heartache. Finally, Thomas, an elderly inmate, reflects on the choices of his youth that led to a life sentence. His gravelly voice is rich with lessons learned from decades of introspection, conveying both his remorse and hope for redemption. Together, their stories peel back the layers of life behind bars, setting the stage for shared experiences and the pursuit of transformation. Chapter 3. The Daily Grind. The day in Stonecrest Penitentiary begins with the jarring clang of the overhead lights flickering to life. Inmates shuffle out of their cells for morning roll call, a ritual that sets the tone for the day. Marcus reflects on the monotony, his mind often wandering back to the vibrant murals he once painted, now replaced by cold concrete walls. The breakfast bell rings, and a line forms for lukewarm gruel and stale bread. Mealtime is quiet, punctuated only by the clinking of metal trays and murmured conversations. Post-breakfast, inmates embark on their assigned chores, cleaning common areas, maintaining the courtyard, or working in the kitchen. As time drags on, the routine creates an unspoken camaraderie. Even the most hardened criminals share fleeting moments of levity. Yet beneath the surface, each inmate grapples with their own story, their ambitions and regrets intertwined in the relentless cycle of prison life. Chapter 4. The Weight of Regret. In the dim light of his cell, Marcus reflects on the art that once filled his life with purpose and joy, only to be overshadowed by regret. Painting was my escape, he admits, his voice tinged with sorrow. He shares the pivotal moment that led to his incarceration, a naive decision driven by desperation, where a flash of anger changed the course of his life forever. Meanwhile, Thomas, an elderly inmate, looks back on the brush with violence that sealed his fate at a young age. I was reckless, he murmurs, the weight of his years heavy with remorse. His reflections resonate with the echoes of lost opportunity, yet they are laced with hard-earned wisdom. Sophia, yearning for her child, articulates the ache of being separated from family, her dreams of forgiveness and reunion flickering like a distant light. Together, their stories intertwine, each revealing the profound impact of their choices and the burden of regret they carry. Chapter 5. Initiating Connections. As the harsh concrete walls echo with the sound of muted laughter, the yard becomes a sanctuary for the inmates of Stonecrest Penitentiary. Here, beneath the watchful eyes of guards, Marcus, Sophia, and Thomas find fleeting moments of solace amidst their grim realities. During yard time, they engage in spirited games of basketball, the thud of the ball punctuating their shared laughter, a stark contrast to the somber atmosphere of the prison. Conversations flow easily. Stories of lost dreams intertwine with bursts of humor that lighten their burdens, fostering a sense of camaraderie. Bonds grow stronger as they share confessions of past hardships and aspirations for the future. These connections, forged in adversity, offer them strength to face another day in confinement. In these moments, the inmates realize that despite the confines of their surroundings, hope thrives through laughter, friendship, and shared experiences, igniting a spark of humanity in an otherwise bleak environment. Chapter 6. Behind Closed Doors. In the dimly lit confines of their shared cells, the reality of prison life seeps into every moment, creating a palpable atmosphere of isolation and despair. Yet amid this backdrop, an unexpected intimacy blossoms as inmates navigate their vulnerabilities with one another. We hear the soft murmur of quiet conversations, often punctuated by shared laughter, as bonds of trust emerge from the shadows. Marcus finds solace in late-night discussions about art, while Sophia opens up about her hopes for the future and the child she longs to embrace. Thomas shares tales of his youth, weaving wisdom with regret, each story drawing them closer. The soundscape becomes a tapestry of muted whispers and heartfelt exchanges, illustrating how these men and women forge connections that help protect their humanity. Through these small acts of camaraderie, they discover that even in isolation, they are not alone, echoing the fundamental desire for companionship and understanding. Chapter 7. The Birth of the Book Club. In the dim light of their shared cell, Marcus, Sophia, and Thomas huddled around a battered copy of The Alchemist. The idea of a book club emerged during a particularly long yard day, where conversations about dreams and regrets unraveled deeper connections. Now, they gathered weekly, choosing powerful narratives that resonated with their struggles and aspirations. As the pages turned, voices filled the room, some reading aloud, others reflecting on how the stories echoed their own lives. Sophia found solace in tales of resilience, while Thomas drew parallels between his past choices and the characters' journeys. The sound of each turn of the page became a shared heartbeat, fostering trust and camaraderie. Laughter erupted as they debated themes and characters, moments of joy brightening the oppressive atmosphere. Through literature, these inmates discovered not just escapism, but a profound understanding of themselves and each other, transforming their confinement into a sanctuary of hope. Chapter 8. Transformative Power of Art. In the dimly lit art room of Stonecrest Penitentiary, the atmosphere buzzes with creativity and camaraderie. Marcus, with a passion reignited by the brush, leads the newly formed art therapy program, an initiative born from the desire to heal and connect. Listeners hear the soft sounds of brushes sweeping across canvases and the muffled laughter of inmates as they find solace in expression. Inmates share their fears, dreams, and regrets through vibrant colors and haunting sketches, allowing their inner worlds to spill onto the canvas. As they create, candid conversations emerge about their experiences and the cathartic nature of art. One inmate depicts his shattered childhood home, while another finds hope in a painted sunrise. These artistic endeavors become a lifeline, revealing deep vulnerabilities and sparking transformative journeys. Marcus reflects on how the program not only fosters self-expression, but also rebuilds broken connections within themselves and among each other, highlighting art's profound ability to inspire change. Chapter 9. Confrontation and Vulnerability. In this poignant chapter, the inmates delve deep into the darker corners of their pasts, revealing the emotional scars that haunt them. Marcus speaks candidly about the night that changed his life forever, recounting the moment he turned to crime in a desperate bid for acceptance. His voice, filled with regret, resonates within the stark walls, prompting others to confront their own stories. Thomas reflects on the reckless choices of his youth, a fleeting anger that led to a lifetime of remorse, his eyes glistening with unshed tears. Sophia shares her heart-wrenching journey, admitting her crime stemmed from a desperate attempt to support her child. Through powerful testimonials, the inmates begin to find solace in vulnerability, forging a path towards self-forgiveness. The soundscape captures their raw emotions, as confessions of pain become courageous acts of healing, reminding listeners that confronting one's past is the first step toward redemption. Chapter 10. Group Therapy Sessions. As the sounds of prison life fade into the background, we enter a small, dimly lit room where a group therapy session unfolds. Inmates sit in a circle, vulnerability etched on their faces. The air is thick with tension and anticipation as they prepare to delve into their emotions. Here they find a sanctuary where raw honesty reigns. Facilitated by a veteran counselor, discussions focus on mental health, accountability, and coping strategies. Marcus shares how art serves as his escape, revealing the scars of his past. Thomas opens up about the unbearable weight of regret, his voice trembling with remorse. Meanwhile, Sophia expresses her fears of losing her child forever. Throughout the session, there are moments of laughter, tears, and shared wisdom, creating powerful bonds that transcend the barriers of their surroundings. This therapeutic space fosters healing, reminding them that despite their circumstances, they can support each other on their journey toward redemption. Chapter 11. The Outreach Program begins. The air inside Stonecrest Penitentiary pulses with anticipation as inmates prepare for the Community Outreach Program. Sounds of shuffling feet, low murmurs, and the occasional soft laughter fill the common room, a space transformed by hope. Marcus briefs the group, outlining their goals: to connect with local youth, share their stories, and serve as cautionary tales about the consequences of bad choices. Sophia eagerly practices her speech in front of her peers, her voice a mixture of nerves and determination. Thomas, always the sage, reassures the younger inmates, emphasizing the importance of honesty and vulnerability. As they finalize their plans, a profound sense of camaraderie binds them together, transcending the walls that confine them. Each inmate embraces the opportunity to turn their pasts into powerful narratives of redemption. The day ahead looms large, a chance to reach out, not just for themselves, but for the futures of the very lives they'll touch. Chapter 12. Sharing Their Stories. The day of the outreach program finally arrives, buzzing with anticipation and nervous energy among the inmates. Gathered in the prison courtyard, they review their notes, rehearsing the powerful narratives they've crafted. When the local youth enter, eyes wide with curiosity, the atmosphere shifts. Vulnerability mingles with hope. Marcus steps forward first, his voice steady as he recounts his journey from artistry to incarceration, emphasizing the importance of making choices. Sophia follows, her words a heartfelt plea, sharing the pain of separation from her child and her dreams of a brighter future. Thomas, with a lifetime of experiences, reflects on his past with humility, urging the young audience to learn from his mistakes. As stories unfold, the connection grows palpable, laughter and tears intertwine. The inmates witness the impact of their words, realizing that while bars may confine them, their stories have the power to inspire change and extend beyond the prison walls. Chapter 13. Reflection and Redemption. As the echoes of the outreach program linger in the air, the inmates gather in a quiet corner of the yard, reflecting on their transformative experiences. Marcus, visibly moved, shares how speaking to the youth helped him confront his own choices with newfound clarity. "It's like they saw me as more than my crime," he says, a flicker of hope in his voice. Sophia, tears in her eyes, recounts how sharing her story ignited a fire within her to advocate for other struggling mothers. "I want them to avoid my mistakes," she asserts, her resolve stronger than ever. Thomas, with years of wisdom lining his face, offers profound insights about the importance of redemption. Our past doesn't define us. It's what we do with it that counts. Together, they embrace their collective journey, acknowledging that while their paths have been fraught with pain, they now carry stories of resilience that can inspire others toward a brighter future.